Mark, it goes without saying, not the result Rangers were looking for today. Where did it go wrong?
Where did it go wrong? We had a poor 20 minutes after half time. I've just seen the stats: 70% possession, 15 corners, X number of shots. But the fact is, we gave the ball away cheaply in that 20-minute period. And in that 20-minute period, they scored a goal and West pulled off a world-class save. But the fact is, we've recovered from an appalling decision. And you look at Nathan's foul. Nathan would have been the same distance outside of the box. But if you're going to make calls of that nature, you make sure you've got to be positive. And bizarre decision to go down 1-0 early in an important game. Great recovery, get the equaliser, and at half-time we're flying. At half-time we're ready to go out and we're in great shape. And as I said, that was the most disappointing. We had a chat in there about why did we give the ball away so cheaply for that period. And then again, the last 25 minutes, we dominate. We have to score the penalty. We get the chance, we have to score. There's one or two more big shouts as well. But obviously very disappointing. But the boys are very aware of the headlines. The wise heads in that dressing room have said about don't read the papers, but feed off of the negativity, which will invariably come now as a result of that. But we'll feed off of that and be ready for the 28th.
The penalty decision goes without saying. You said it yourself there. It just really changed the game so early on. From so.
If you give an opponent a goal, they've got something to hang on to. We know we can dominate possession. We have to hurt teams with the possession. And that's what we say every week, and they get men behind. But you give them a goal, they have something to hang on to. You've got to be sure about a call. You've got to be sure. I think 90% of the stadium knew it was outside the box. So a bizarre decision. I've got to be careful what I say, obviously, but my views, I'm sure, are pretty clear.
It was a real frustration for yourself, as you mentioned. Played so well the latter part of the game, chance after chance, great saves from their goalkeeper, just didn't get over the line.
Yeah, hit the bar. I thought their keeper again pulled off a couple of great saves. Wes pulled off one world-class save to his left-hand side, but their keeper time and again. The penalty, I don't think it was a bad decision, a bad penalty. I haven't seen the replay yet, but I think the keeper made an excellent save from how I saw it. But again, great save from Andy Halliday, push on the bar, big tackle on Dino, big tackle on Barry Mackay. So for me, the fact is we've lost a game of football 2-1, but the stats tell you that we've dominated possession. We've got to be more ruthless, and we've got to hurt teams.
How is Martin after his miss?
No, Martin's he's a professional footballer who doesn't want to miss. He's a goal scorer. He wants to score goals, obviously, and we've missed a big chance to even up and go 2-2 into the last couple of minutes of the game. But it's a big miss. But it's not about an individual. Martin's done loads of work. He's scored 20 odd goals this season. It's about the team. It's about the players and the staff together, and it'll always be that way.
Positives: Nicky Law coming back from injury was excellent when he came on.
And he came on, made a real impression. Dean Shields came in, did really well today, and it's nice to see players return. We've got the likes of Gideon as well coming back from today's injury. So that's okay. We'll work hard in January as well. But the squad's good. The squad's in good shape, and they're still top of the league. But we'd like the gap to be wide. Of course, we would do. But I think if we play like we did today, more times than not, we'd get all the points.
I guess really the second goal must have been a real disappointment for yourself from a defensive perspective.
Well, a sloppy corner to give away. There was no need to give it away. It was loose and the player runs off, and it was a really scrappy goal to give away. And we shouldn't. That can't happen. We've had 15 corners. We've got to punish. We can't be punished ourselves by a team over 1 or 2 corners, and not punish them in 15. So again, there's areas we've got to look at and focus on. But this isn't a bad team. I'm sure as I said, the negative headlines will be undoubted. But from our point of view, feed off of them, be ready for the 28th.
Hibernian, of course, next Monday. You know how it's going to be built up, massive game, etc. But for yourself, how important is it just to treat it as another game?
It's another game. It's another game at a packed tide box. You've got a responsibility to the fans. Again, great support today. Go home disappointed, but I hope they can see what we're doing, what we're trying to do. It's a difficult surface out there. It looks great from the sideline. It's a difficult surface, artificial surface, really difficult wind here. One exposed side, 2 corners exposed, the wind swirling everywhere. You saw the 2 centre halves in the first half. So hard for Rob and Danny because the ball was so difficult to judge. But as I say, we've got to learn from it and we move forward.
And no concerns that your players will bounce back and pick up on Monday?
No doubt at all about the character of this squad. No doubt whatsoever. The quality in the dressing room. They're angry, they're frustrated, but we've trained well all week and we've gone into the game and you saw we were a very good team in parts of today, but we've got to learn from that 15-20 minute spell. That can't happen.